I recently received an email from a good friend that read, "Facebook is not real life. It's about what people blab about on a website. It's all about gossip and narcissism." Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, before I let you in on how I responded to that email, I thought it would be appropriate to share the two main reasons why I use Facebook and how I use them. First, I use Facebook as my primary news source. Facebook has revolutionized the way in which I can learn what is going on in the world. I get the news by following a series of blurbs, websites, videos, and photos that my friends share with me by posting them on Facebook. This is called the news feed. I learn about special moments in my friends' lives. These include engagements, births, birth announcements, new pets, cars, and homes. I also learn about events that people are attending or are planning. I learn about parties, barbecues, they're going to the ball game, or to their daughter's dance recital. It's not always good news, however. I have also learned about deaths and serious illnesses through my Facebook newsfeed. I've learned about world events as well. I've learned about Osama bin Laden's death on Facebook. I learned about the Japanese tsunamis. I have even learned that the Lions won their first 2 preseason games this year. Go Lions! What is nice about using Facebook as my primary news source is that not only do I stay surprisingly informed to what is going on with world events, I also receive important updates in my friends' personal lives, and that provides opportunity to support them in their times of need and times of joy. This news source is great, but is not enough to entice me to use Facebook as often as I do. I also use the built-in and powerful communication tools that are built in Facebook. These communication tools can be broken into 2 distinct categories. 1 is private communication, 2, public communication. Let me start with private communication. Private communication in Facebook is very similar in form and function to standard email. You may ask, well then why not just use standard email? Well, there's a few reasons. Number 1, I may not have someone's email address or any other way to contact them, so Facebook provides that means. Number 2, people may not open an email from me if they don't recognize my email address, but they can recognize that it's me sending them a message through Facebook. 3, it's very likely that my Facebook message won't get blocked by spam, and that possibly could happen through sending emails. And 4, sometimes it's just more convenient because I'm in Facebook. The next type of messaging that I mentioned was public messaging. Now this is our messages or posts that we can place in public areas of Facebook. Through these, when you post something in these areas, other people can view them and comment on them. So the way that I use the public messaging is to send praise or congratulations to people. Ways that I use this are to congratulate someone on a job well done, to wish someone a happy birthday, send a thank you, respond to other posts and comments, let somebody know that I may like something they have said or done, and send congratulations or you must be proud. Facebook is not a replacement for traditional communication tools, but it can certainly complement them. I wouldn't suggest sending a happy birthday to your significant other and calling it good, but it would be perfectly appropriate to send a happy birthday to a high school friend that you may not have seen in the last 15 years. Please think about how my Facebook usage influenced the response to my friend's email. After a quick review of the 2 ways that I use Facebook, I'd like you to remember those. First, I use Facebook as my primary news source. I know what is going on with most of the people I know. This allows me to make plans according to what I learn. Second, Facebook is an effective means to keep in contact and connect with good friends and casual acquaintances. I am able, sometimes just for fun, and other times at the most important times of their lives. My friend wrote, Facebook is not the real world. It is where what people blab on a website. It's about gossip and narcissism. I responded, I think that Facebook is about the real world. If what we do day to day on Facebook is just narcissism and gossip and not real life, then what is? I say people are generally narcissistic. We talk about ourselves and things to build a common ground or start dialogue amongst others. And gossip, that can be meant spitefully, or it can be all about sharing what is important to us. It's all about perspective. Facebook is the only resource that I know of that I can keep things real amongst friends and loved ones all over the world. Mr. Postmaster.